What's up, guys? My name is Adriel Rivera, and I make music in my shed. Join with me today is somebody else who also makes music in my shed. 10 Toes Haver, Adriel Pres, Washington.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got 10 of them, all still intact. Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Me too. Look at that. Look at us. Look at us.
I'm glad that you have 10 toes. You still got your 10 fingers too.
Yeah. All 10 of them, bro. All 10 of them.
Massive W.
Thank you. And got some good nails coming out.
Hey yo. That's huge. Is that did you always have that watch?
Yeah. Well, not always, but like for the past few months, yeah. My girlfriend gave it to me. It was her old Apple Watch, and now it's my old Apple Watch.
Never noticed that on you.
Yeah. I wear it pretty often, bro. Next, like, look back at the other episodes, it'll be on me.
Yikes.
But what are we doing today?
Today we are breaking down the instrumental to the new song, which is
Worth Too Much.
Worth Too Much.
I knew you knew that though.
I did. I wanted you to reveal it.
Right. Yeah. So this is my new song, Worth Too Much. Let's have a listen to it, bro. Let's listen to this.
Amazing. Immaculate.
Thank you. Any initial thoughts, questions, comments, concerns before we dive into this instrumental?
Love the way the verses sound.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you. Like melody wise or production wise or what?
Specifically, the first verse, I really like the melody with the what you did with the instrumentation and everything. Like, I think it sounds super good. And the drums, I really like the drums too.
Thank you. Yeah, I really like the drums too, and I'm excited to break them down.
Yes, sir.
So before we get into each individual element, I wanted to mention that, like, remember when I made this and then I sent it to you? I also sent it to Connor too. I was like, I figured out mastering. Yes. I love how this sounds in terms of like the master, because it's very punchy. It's very like, I think this is one of my best mastered songs.
Yeah.
Because I finally like just like took a minute to like understand Maximus, like the multi-band compressor in FL Studio, because multi-band compression, like I I've been using it more often for certain situations, and I wanted to try it on the master because I was like, I feel like this would work on the master.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I did it, and I looked into Maximus a little bit more to really dial in my Maximus knowledge, and I did it. And bro, multi-band compression really makes a huge difference when it comes to master, because you can isolate all like through like the mid, low, and high ranges, and then like because they're isolated, you can compress those specifically. Like transients are more balanced, like
Yeah.
things aren't super like hitting the limiter super hard and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it made such a difference, makes such a difference. So
Let's go.
if you know anything about mixing and mastering and you're like, how do I make my master better, look into multiband compression. Could be solving all your problems with dynamic range problems. But yeah, so boom, yeah, oh man,
Boom,
so
yeah.
great. Boom yeah, boom yeah, bro, boom yeah. All right, let's get into these drums, because like you pointed out, these drums are dope. I'm really proud of these drums. So those are for the verse, right? You got the shaker going on, you got the kick drum, snare, and that little cowbell in the background,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like once it's really isolated, like the drums are isolated, you can definitely tell that the cowbell's there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a little more in the background in the whole song,
Yeah. I did not hear it at first.
But it's in there, yeah. And so in the chorus over here, it changes up a little bit. The kick drum rhythm changes. I think we drop out the shaker, but we like emphasize the snare every few bars with like a snap echo sound. So you'll hear right here. And there's some toms, of course. And yeah, so that snap adds to the atmosphere of the song, especially in the chorus, because in the chorus is when everything gets very atmospheric. You have the elongated guitars, and so just so you can hear what the rest of the song. Adds that atmosphere.
Yeah.
So moving on from the drums, because I think that's it for the drums. Moving on to the drums, from the drums to the guitar. Where do we have it? Up here. So this electric guitar, another thing that it's like I think is really nice. That's how it sounds like for the verse, very plucky, and I haven't really done like a plucky sound like that with like the electric guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool. I love it. I love how it sounds.
Yeah, it sounds super clean.
Thank you. And then going into the chorus, we have this elongated electric guitar, adding all the atmosphere. So it's still electric guitar, but we put a bunch of reverb on it, just like strumming out these chords, and we changed the chords a little bit too, so that they resolve a little more frequently they resolve better than in the verses. So here. So we just have that like dreamy, big reverb on there, creamy reverb, and then we have more electric guitars coming in. But yeah, so that just gives it, just more energy, especially in the second half of the chorus.
Yeah.
And that is what we got for the electric guitar. And so mixing that in with the drums, we'll go to the first verse real quick. And then for the chorus, this is how it sounds like. And I'm gonna skip ahead real quick right here. There you go.
Fire.
Thank
Fire.
you.
That guitar sounds really good, yeah.
But what really gives it that meat is the bass guitar, right?
I didn't say anything.
Pause. What really fills it out. It's the bass guitar. So, and this is what we got going on for the first verse. Very simple. And then in the chorus, it changes rhythm. And so we mix that in with everything else. This is the first verse. And then skip ahead to the chorus. And you can hear it with the bass guitar too. When you bring it into the chorus, it has the rhythm like da 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 da, and that's like mimicking the electric guitar in the first verse, or just in the verses, right? So dun 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 dun, you know. And so it helps to maintain the energy from the verses to the chorus. So it's like we're not entirely leaving it all behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it still helps to bring the variation, because then it's like you're not completely using the exact same guitar pattern the entire song.
Right.
And so on top of that, we have this little verse synth, I like to call it. I made this with Serum. Love Serum. One of the best. Well, honestly, it's the only synthesizer, plugin I use, but I've heard it's the best, one of the best. So it's one of the best, guys. If you want to make a synthesizer, I recommend Serum. Here's this. It's very smooth. Very atmospheric, right? So mixing that in with everything else in the verses. And it just helps to like add more variation to the verse. And then going from the verses, because I think that's it for the verses. Going from the verses to the chorus, the last few things we add in the chorus is this like Wurlitzer. Of course, going back to the Wurlitzer, love my Wurlitzers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very similar tone, just a little beefier. And then so mixing that in with the rest of the chorus. Oh, let me mute my vocals real quick. My bad.
Bruh.
Where are my vocals? Oh, yeah, where it says vocals.
That's the one.
Now, I do bring those Wurlitzers back for the second half of the second verse, just to give it, again, a little bit more variation, a little bit more beef. And it also just kind of emphasizes the verse synthesizer too. And you heard that bass right there, that bass transition. Hell yeah.
He's like that.
I'm just like that.
He's really like that.
Just like that, bro. That was a good bass transition right there. Go boom. Okay. And then the last thing that we got in the chorus right here, it's called, this is like, so Omnisphere. The preset in Omnisphere is called Go to This Club.
Okay.
And so I used Go to This Club and put some effects on there with like different like envelopes for the volume and stuff like that. And I call it weird scratch synths. But if you want the sound in Omnisphere It's called Go to This Club, and then I put effects on there. It's like I use like Shaperbox to automate like some envelopes and stuff, but this is how it sounds like. And yeah, so that's in the background. It's like this like scratchy sound. And it's definitely something that you don't notice right away.
Yeah.
But it helps again to maintain the rhythm, keep the energy in the chorus from moving from the first verse to the chorus. So it's like it's that consistent like dun 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 because it again helps maintain the energy.
Yeah.
And so if we mute the vocals real quick, just so you can have a listen to this. So yeah, it's in there. Boom. And last but not least,
Beautiful.
Adriel Rivera. Yep. So that's the production. Now let's move on to the vocals. There's really not much to talk about with the vocals. I feel like it's pretty standard in terms of how I, mix and master my vocals. But these are pretty crisp. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't got much. I can't buy a house, but you're my home, and I don't got.
It's always so crazy too when you isolate vocals. Like, it sounds like so much reverb on the vocal, like when it's isolated. But when you mix it with the rest of the song, like it blends in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It sounds normal when you listen to it like isolated. It's like yo, that's a lot, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of effects going on, right? But going into the chorus, we like double up with like voices, and so like when you layer a bunch of vocals together, it gives it this like gang vocal sound. A bunch of people singing together, and so I did that for the chorus, and it just helps fill it out and like give more energy to the chorus as well. So.
That I'll never turn away any day, 'cause you're worth too much, you're worth too much. If I ever lost your praise, I would pay, 'cause you're worth too much, you're worth so much. You're a force no one can outdo. How did I ever afford you? No, I'll never turn away.
But yeah, so with the chorus too, I automated the reverb, so there's a lot more reverb in the chorus than there is compared to the verse.
Yeah.
Because again, atmosphere, beefing up the chorus, giving more energy.
Yeah.
The reverb helps with that.
How many vocals do you think is in the chorus bit?
5.
Okay.
For this chorus, the second chorus is more because of the harmonies. So the second chorus there is 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is 5. 1 for the middle. There's one main vocal that's like directly in the middle. Then there's 2 additional vocals panned left and right, and then there's 2 lower octave vocals panned left and right. So it's 5 total. And then for the second, since we're on the topic, the second chorus, in the second half we bring in some harmonies, right?
How did I ever afford you? No, I'll never turn away any day, 'cause you're worth too much, you're worth so much.
And so those are harmonies panned left and right. So there's another 2, and that in total is 7.
Absolutely valid 10 out of 10 harmonies.
Thank you. Yeah. Speaking of harmonies too, we still got more harmonies in the second verse.
Let's go.
I got a ways to go that we both know. The only thing I hope.
And I mentioned this multiple times. I like to add harmonies to the second verse to add more variation.
Yeah.
This road and I'll never stop giving you all my love.
And I really like that part too. I just want to point this out, like, because in the first verse, it's the same. We're following along the same like rhythm when it comes to the second half of the second verse and second half of the first verse, same rhythms but different melodies and like similar lyrics, right? But the variation of like giving you, wait, hold on, that was the harmony, giving you all my love, like,
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm always embarrassed to sing live. But yeah, like the variation in that instead of like the original, like, giving you, I don't even remember the. I'm just play it for you. I don't know. I don't know why I'm singing it. You just play it here.
I'll never stop giving you all my love.
And then compare that to back here.
Walk down this road and I'll never stop giving you all my love.
I love that variation right there.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, thank you. It's like oh, it's, remember when you did it for FWB? You did it for What You Want From Me. You know?
Yeah.
That was dope. And so it's like same kind of concept. You switch it up to make it more interesting sound,
Right.
you know. And so yeah. So I'm really happy with that. But also on top of that, there's some background vocals going on. And so that's just like in the back there. And so if you unmute everything to play it together.
Walk down this road and I'll never stop giving you all my love. 'Cause I know no one else comes above. And all I want is it to only be us. Do you try?
But yeah, so boom. We think of that. We think of those background vocals, bro.
I don't know how you sound so silky, bro. Like, how do you do it?
How did I just throw it in there and you not even notice? But now that you notice, you're noticing it and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Like,
bro.
where'd that come from, you know?
It came from my voice.
Let's go.
Sheesh. And then at the end over here, in the final outro, we got like, you know, these vocal effects going on.
No, you were too much. Oh, you were so much. No, you were too much. You were so much.
Yeah, blending it together.
Oh, you were too much. Oh, you were so much. Oh, you were too much. You were so much.
So that's the production. That's the production of the song, bro. The vocal production, the instrumental production.
One of my favorite instrumentals from you ever.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy with the song. I'm hoping it does well. I'm finally starting to put a consistent budget towards my marketing, starting with this song.
Let's go.
And so we're doing a playlisting and like ad campaign.
Yeah.
And I'm spending 150 on the ads and like 30 on the playlisting, which isn't a super huge budget
Yeah.
by any means, but if it's a good song, then budget, from my experience, budget, not that it doesn't matter, because like the more you have, the more
Yeah.
it's gonna do, but budget doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to get
Exactly.
at. That's what I'm trying to
Exactly.
get that.
Yeah.
Like with So Close, it's at like 1 million streams now, and that was a $200 ad campaign budget, you
Yeah.
know? And so it's like, if that could happen, and that, I mean, that was like best case scenario. That's some of the best numbers I've seen across the board, like
Yeah.
anywhere. But that's what can happen if you have a good song. And so if it's a good song, I mean, $180 can go really far.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, guys. But I really do like the song. Now, I do want to shout out somebody called Locard, because he has a song. So, backstory: I am a playlist curator, right? So I have my Spanish indie songs playlist. It's a longer title than that, but like that. I'm a curator on Submit Hub, on Playlist Push, on Groover for that playlist, so people can send me song submissions and I can, you know, put it on the playlist. Not so if you guys actually have any Spanish indie songs that you want to send me, feel free to check me out on Submit Hub, Groover, or Playlist Push. Well, actually, I don't think you could check me out on Playlist Push. It's a little different, but Submit Hub or Groover, feel free to check me out there. Regardless, this guy named Locard, Puerto Rican American guy, sent me a song called I wish I could remember the name. It's like Mundo al Revés or something like that.
Okay.
I have to like relook at the name, but it's something like that. And this dude has, when he sent me the song, he had like 500 monthly listeners, just 500. I think he's at like 4,000 now, which I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
But that song actually inspired this song, because I was like, dude, that is a great song. That's a really good song, and I highly recommend people check that song out. Check that guy out, because like, dude, like, it's crazy how like people are so talented but so unknown, you know what I'm saying? And it all comes down to like the marketing. Like you can have the best musician ever, but if there's no marketing behind it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so big on like I think marketing is like so important.
Yeah.
Because it's like it can literally change your life.
Yeah, because I mean I rarely see like a like one of these artists that like doesn't have talent. Like the thing that they're missing is the marketing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like yeah, a lot of them get to a point where they're mastering their craft, putting out really good stuff, but it's like it's the marketing part.
Right. Yeah. And shout out Lookard because he actually is like he sent the song through Summit Hub and he's like look, he went from 500 to 4,000. So
yeah, what is that at 8x on his monthly listeners? So that's sweet.
For real. Obviously I'm not the only playlist he submitted to, but that song specifically, really good song, a really really good song. I was so impressed by it. I was like, dude, this this deserves love. Like this really does deserve love. And so it also inspired me to make this song. Yeah, so highly recommend listening to that song. And shout out that dude, for real. But if you guys want early access to my latest releases, feel free to join my email list down below in the description. And you will get early access to all my songs every month before they release, before anybody else hears. What time is it, bro?
This is telling me it's something about a quote of the week or something.
What? Quote of the week!
Quote of the week time. Hey, you up or am I up, man?
You're up, bro.
Oh, snaps. All right. Mine is from a book I was reading, a fiction book called Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. And the quote is, "He also seems to want to know me, not about me like everyone else, but about what I think." And I like that because those are different things, like knowing about somebody and like what kind of stuff do they enjoy and just kind of like what's their overall vibe, but in like the deeper levels of like, how does this person perceive the world?
Right. Yeah.
Like that's knowing somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Surface level stuff. Like, like what's my favorite food? It's not the same thing as like, why is it my favorite food? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Sheesh. No, but I agree. All right. My quote is from Jordan Welsh. Actually, a little bit of a tangent. Jordan Welsh, he's a YouTuber. That's like he has like million subscribers or something, over 1 million, and he used to do drop shipping videos because I used to watch him because he would talk about Facebook ads. And when I found him, he had like 20,000 subscribers, and I just stopped watching him because I just wasn't like interested in that world,
Yeah.
But like, he was passively on like my Instagram feed and stuff like that over the years.
Yeah.
And recently I saw like a video with a thumbnail that was like trying side hustles like from YouTubers, and there was like a few like big YouTubers on there.
Yeah.
Then Jordan Welsh was one of the people on the thumbnail.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I was like, do people know who he is now? And so I looked him up, and bro has like over 1 million subscribers. I'm like,
yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I'm like, damn, like that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, good for him.
Yes, sir.
But I was watching a video from him recently because I found out like, like so many people know him now. He said, you can't make money. You can only earn money. And I think it puts into it helps like to kind of like put into perspective like why people like make money. It's like you're giving value to people, and so it's like the only way you can make money is if you're earning it by providing enough value.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's like makes sense. You don't just make money.
Yeah.
You can't. The only people that make money is the government.
Right.
But you can earn money.
Yeah. Yep. It's a transaction. It's
Exactly.
all a transaction.
Exactly. Yep. And if you guys want to transact with me, feel free to rate the podcast 5 stars. And in return, I will give you my appreciation.
Mine as well. I'll throw that in as a bonus.
Damn, look at that. So 1 5-star review equals 2 appreciations. 1 appreciation plus a bonus appreciation. So you guys should do that.
Yeah, I mean, how could you refuse that offer?
For real. It's a good offer. Like $100 million offers.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Right. Yeah. So feel free to do it. This has been
Tegan.
And I'm Adriel Rivera. and we make music in my shed.